Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to the place where we do what we want because we don't care about the thoughts and opinions of other people. But I'm KJ. It's been a while since I put a video on this channel, and I just recorded a video before this that just kind of went through a whole tangent of me just kind of talking and going through my thoughts and everything. So now that I got that out my system, I think I might be able to get some information out in a clearer way. But let's get it. I'm outside. It's like 8:50 at night. I'm just sitting, thinking, in the nice, respectable, safe neighborhood I'm in. But I've just been thinking about like my career, making photos and videos, and like where I want to take it. I've had good experiences, bad experiences, but they all come down to me interacting with people and not feeling appreciated or not feeling like business was handled properly. It's gotten to a point now to where I don't really like doing quote unquote business. One thing I kind of came up with in my head is that business isn't difficult, people are difficult. Business is easy. Tell me what you need shot, what you want to do. I'll tell you how we can go about it. We discuss pricing, we get paid, go about our business. It's simple. It can be that simple. The only time it gets muddy or doesn't make sense is when somebody starts to neglect someone else, or somebody doesn't appreciate what somebody's doing, or there's miscommunication or no communication. And that's where, contracts come into place and arguments, disagreements, all come into place. But I like to avoid all of that because I don't like where my head goes in those situations. Because I'm the type of person that goes, okay, we have a disagreement. I feel undervalued, or I feel like you're going against what was agreed upon, and there's no communication on like payment or deliverables or time frame. I am the type of person to say, I don't want to work with you ever again. I feel like I've gotten to the point now to where my work is pretty decent. I don't think it's the best it could be because I compare myself to other people you see who have been doing this for double the time I have, like Creative Ryan, YC Imaging, just to name two people who like thoroughly inspired me, or Kid Nick. But I compare myself to them rather than comparing my day one to maybe where their day one was. But it gets to a point with client work that I rather be by myself and deal with myself than deal with the problems of other people or feel disrespected or just not feel appreciated. So that's where we're at now. For those of you listening to this, I do have my own clothing brand, the Unforgettable brand, that basically is my creative outlet. Any ideas I have, any type of clothing product I want to make, any type of content I want to make, that's my playground. That's where I can put together anything I want and put it out there. Hoodies, t-shirts. I got joggers coming soon. But I feel like I've been neglecting that. And it always becomes this crossroads to where I'm like, do I want to focus on client work, or do I want to lock in on my own stuff? And I've gotten to the point where I have a full-time job also. So you attach working 8-9 hours a day with dealing with client works and their expectation, plus having my own ambitions. Something has to fail, or something has to not be up to par. And that thing has been my health, which is where my main focus is now. Whether it's eating better, working out more, and focusing. But as I've introduced my health, one of those three things previously has to go away. And for me, that becomes client work. I still enjoy it. I love it. But with social media, it's actually become more difficult from my perspective to find work that I want to do. I thoroughly enjoy the barber videos I made, the football videos I made, and music videos too. Those are probably like my wheelhouse of what I enjoy doing. But with each opportunity there's situations to where I don't want to be involved anymore. And even with social media now, a lot of music artists don't put like their hashtag area, like city, state, or wherever they're at. So when I find somebody I do want to work with, I look up and I'm like, oh, they're in New York somewhere, or they're in Florida where I'm from. But even then, it's a money situation too. Because if anybody in this industry knows, the videographer, photographer usually gets paid less. They're focused on management and clothing and everything else before they pay the person who controls their image and how they look. Because if I do a bad job, everybody looks bad. But if I do a good job, everybody looks amazing and, oh, you putting us on the map, and then I kind of get forgotten about. But being out here in Arizona, I don't really like all of the artists and what they do, but I also am a person that has specific morals and standards. So you may have decent music, but you're portraying a life that you don't live. And I get it's just music, but I'm a real person. What you see is what you get, and that's who I am. So if you're posting about, oh, I got this much money and these girls, but then I say the video is going to cost over 500 or close to 1,000, which in the grand scheme of things is actually pretty cheap. But anyway, I say that, and then you start to stutter and look like, oh, that's a lot. And it shows me you're not really serious about what you're talking or what you're doing. And I don't like that. There's a lot of people now who portray a life on social media that they're not living. I portray who I am and what I do. I don't know at what point that scale kind of tipped to where people want to be different on social media than they are in person, but that's not me. That's not what I represent or not who I am. The whole KJ Creates or the Unforgettable brand is strictly about embracing who you are and being different, not fake. Embracing that, oh, I do photo and video, or my best friend makes music, or my other friend wants to get into being a vet or helping animals. That's who they are. That's what they do. And they represent that. But let me get back on track. Where I'm at in life at this point, I've gotten to a point where I just feel like I need to focus on me. Focus on the videos I want to make, the photos I want to take, the places I want to go. And not just chase client work. I mean, if opportunities come up, I'll address them and figure out if they're fit for me. But after going through 3 or 4 years of doing free work and underpaid work, I've gotten to the point where I feel comfortable saying no. Like, even if an opportunity looks good, or it's like, oh, this could make me bigger or get me this next job. It doesn't always work like that.